How much is that whole worth to you? You heard me right, girl. You heard me right. How much is that whole worth to you? Of course, this is for the brothers. Hey, y'all. Happy Saturday. This is a surprise. Listen, Dave Ramsey, my favorite financial guru, fired Chris Hogan, who is his number two guy. Apparently, this is old news, but your girl is just hearing about this because I have not been in the YouTube streets. But I want to talk about that because with Dave Ramsey firing Chris Hogan, girl, he done lost all his job, all his income, and I sure hope he has some money in the bank because honey he's gone. So the question is, how much is that whole worth to you? And the reason why I'm asking is the reason why Dave Ramsey fired him is because he committed adultery on his wife. We gonna talk about it and see for the brothers and for the ladies, because now it seems like a lot of ladies are cheating too. How much is the whole worth to you? How much is that Dick Kalin worth to you? I just want to know. Oh, hey y'all, happy Saturday. I know I'm supposed to come back and do Love is Blind. It's been a crazy day. Lord, I just don't know how people do it with 5 and 6 kids. Lex is in her own world, but I have a 7-year-old. Girl, let me tell you, that boy wearing me out. So I'm almost done with Love is Blind. So I'm going to finish it tonight and review it in the morning. I might do a live. I just don't have time. But it's just been so crazy the last few days trying to get these books done, trying to get them to print and just approving and send this back to the formatter. I don't like it like that. Send this back to the cover. Can you give me 7 examples? It's just been crazy. So, but I wanted to come on really quick and talk about this whole Dave Ramsey, Chris Hogan situation. Please be sure to thumbs up, share this out if you can. I am almost at 17,000 subscribers. So if you have not subscribed, if you listen to me, you have not subscribed, check your subscription to make sure you are subscribed. Share my page out. You can share this on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just share it out and get a few more people in the room. Thank you for your love and support. For those of you who picked up my books, I need reviews. Shout out to my Patreons, honey, okay? The stuff is going to be going down in the Patreons. I give free stuff out in my Patreons. You'll have to be over there to get the free stuff, okay? I love you. Okay. Go over on my Growing Generational Wealth channel. I did a quick video over there talking about Dave Ramsey firing Chris and how he what happened. The whole breakdown of it is over there and how this came about. So apparently, like I said, this is new to me because it's almost been a year and I'm just learning about this. If you've been following me any amount of time, I love Dave Ramsey. Okay, my husband and I took Financial Peace University. I followed Dave Ramsey for years. He is my favorite financial guru. I love that he's a Christian, a born again believer. I love his nonsense type of attitude. He reminds me of me because I don't deal with foolishness and bulls. Okay, so I absolutely love him. I have all of his books. I don't necessarily read the new ones. I just buy to support him because I absolutely love him. I think I do have the latest one, which is Everyday Millionaire. I do have it because I bought it, and I have Millionaire Next Door. I have the Financial Peace University. I just love Dave Ramsey. I don't necessarily follow his 7 baby steps because I've always had like a good financial upbringing. I've had 2 credit cards since I was in college, the same 2. Okay, I'm 44. I ain't had no more. I shared that I had a Macy's card. I got rid of that when I got married because, with the gifts and stuff. And I'm not in debt. My husband, he wasn't in debt when we got married, but I just wanted us to be on the same page financially. And so, we went to Financial Peace University with Dave Ramsey. I absolutely love him. Again, I don't necessarily follow everything Dave Ramsey said. I think a lot of people are mad at him because, they don't agree with this. Okay, I'm the type of person who will swallow the meat, spit out the bone type of person. Like Dave Ramsey say, don't use your credit card. I use my credit card. I have 0% interest. Why wouldn't I use it and get the points, girl? Okay, when I shop on Amazon, I don't spend nothing. You know why? Because I get the points from my 2 credit cards that I use on Amazon. Hello. But I absolutely love Dave, and so you just have to chew the meat, spit out the bone. So he fired Chris because Chris was cheated on his wife. And go over on my growing generational health to get the full story. But this is my question. This is my question to you, Chris. Here you are, a man, a black man. Of course, the black people want to cry racism. Black people, everything is not racism. Because this came about because remember that it came out a while that Dave fired a young lady that was pregnant out of wedlock. Now, I don't got a problem with it. And I meant to do a video on it, but it was just so hot at that time. Because I know a lot of people's going to be in their feelings. So I decided not to do the video. I don't have a problem with it. You signed the paper. You knew when you signed the paper, no fornication, no babies out of wedlock. You couldn't do none of that. And I wish these churches can stop being like that. You shacking up, you can't hold no position in the church. You fornicating, you can't hold no. Of course, sometimes you don't know people's fornicating. But my thing is, if you know of known sins that other people know about, and I'm looking at him like, well, you on the pulpit playing the keyboard and you shacking up, that's a problem. I don't have a problem with it. So how this came about is the young lady is saying that how Dave was showing, in my words, favoritism to Chris because Chris cheated on his wife divorced him. The wife called it the Dave Ramsey Association Solutions and said, Chris cheated on me. So instead of them firing Chris, they had a, I should have written it down, restoration plan. So they had a multi-million-dollar deal about to book signing. So what happened is when the young lady's lawyer requested the documentation from Dave, they requested Chris' personnel file. Then they fired him because it was in there that he committed adultery. But I was just reading that they fired 2 men for watching porn. So I'm glad they have these records because this lady is crying, oh, you're discriminating against me because I'm pregnant. No, you're pregnant without a husband, ma'am. That's why he fired you. I don't have a problem with it because you signed the paper. You know, it's like these kids that go to these private schools and you want to wear you want to wear dreads and it's in there you can't wear dreads and then you want to sue the school for not wearing dreads. Your son don't have to go to that school. Find you another school that allow him to wear dreads. You signed the paper, mama, knowing you can't wear no red, blue, purple here. Your child colored the hair red, blue, purple. They call you to come pick up the child, and now you want to sue the school. You knew what you was signing up for. I know my son is going to a school. Ain't no dreads, ain't no dreadlock. You can't go to that school with that. So he don't have none. He has a haircut just like his daddy. And these private schools around here in New Jersey, these prep schools, you better not show up with no dreads and all this cultural thing. You have to have a haircut, ain't no ponytail, ain't no long hair for the boys. Okay, you're not gonna go up in the mountain to the prep school. Y'all know where I'm talking about. Y'all live in Jersey. Come on, prep up in the mountain up there with the prep school, the old boy prep school, $20,000 a year prep school for the boy. You're not gonna show up in there with no dreads and no cornrows. Not in that school. You go on down to the hood and go on down to West Side. Go to West Side with that mess. That's what they go to. Go to West Side. You can't come to the prep school with that. So I don't have a problem with Dave firing her because you got knocked up without no husband. My only thing is, Dave, I have 2 issues. Number 1, I felt like Dave could have showed her grace. Because she was pregnant, 1, you could have allowed her to find another job, though it is hard to get another job while you're pregnant because they're looking at you sideways. Well, you just got here and now you're going to be taking pregnancy leave. Okay, number 1. Number 2, or Dave, they could have allowed her to stay until she had the baby and went out on maternity leave and get the maternity leave and then find a new job. I wish they had done something like that because she was pregnant. And you know, maternity leave is extremely important. And God forbid if you're high risk, God forbid if the baby got problems when the baby come, okay? My coworker, his little boy came early and he showed me the hospital bill. Y'all, it was like $2 million. $2 million our insurance company had to pay to keep that little baby alive. And now he's big as a giant. He is big as a giant. Came to my wedding and he was the only child that allowed to come to my wedding. So, being pregnant and baby, it's very costly. And so I really wish that they had showed her grace and let her stay. My question to you is Chris, you have an international platform and you are going to risk your good name for some panani. Huh? That panani must have been good. I hope it was gold. I hope your dingling came out gold plated after you dip your dingling in the kitty cat that caused you to lose your family, get fired from Dave Ramsey, a multi-million, probably billion-dollar enterprise, international platform. He just had a multi-million-dollar book deal, which is what the other young lady lawyers are arguing. Hold up now. Oh, you didn't fire him because you had a book deal. So he was going to bring money in. You didn't fire him, but you fired her. And also that they offered her a settlement and she said no. So she's crying discrimination of pregnancy. I hope they rule in Dave's favor because I don't think it's pregnant, ma'am. You knew the rules before you signed the paper. You shouldn't have signed the paper. You shouldn't have worked there. You knew you couldn't keep your kitty cat cold. You shouldn't have worked there. It's just like any other job. It's just like my job. You can't wear jeans you can only wear jeans on Fridays and third Thursday of the month. So if you come up in there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and first, second, fourth Thursday, you're going to be sent home. And if you do it again, you're going to be written up. And if you do it again, you're going to be written up and you're going to be sent home. And if you keep doing it, they're going to start doing paperwork to fire you behind because you're not following the rules. So I don't have a problem with it. I'm a rules type of person. I like to follow what's the rule? Oh, do this, do that. When they said my supervisor do, I said, tell me what you want me to do. And I write it down. You want 1, 2, 3. So if any problems, this is what you showed. This is what you said. This is not saying this is what I'm doing. So this man who has a national platform, international, has his own YouTube channel with I think they said over 1 million subscribers. Instagram, over 1 million followers. You risk it all because you could not control your dick, Colin. So you done lost your job with Dave Ramsey. I don't know how the book deal is going to work out. He's probably still going to receive proceeds from that. Lost his YouTube channel, that's income. Lost your Instagram account, that's income. And you done lost your wife for some puss. Kitty cat. And you know what I say about cheaters? Cheaters cheat. Both husband and wife cheat because that is who you are. And I make sure I tell my husband these stories. Oh, you remember Dave Ramsey? I remember Chris. His wife. He fired. Wife left him. They fired him. And you know what this says? It's pride. You have pride. You think you can't get caught. You think you're not going to get caught. Girl, they said the mistress was on Twitter and Instagram putting scriptures on his post talking about the Bible saying not to commit. Can you imagine? Can you imagine this man who has an international platform preaching Jesus, but you're cheating on your wife and the mistress is commenting on your post? So you know what? He didn't weigh the cost. He didn't weigh the cost that you could possibly get caught. You're going to lose your family. And the wife is the one that called Dave Ramsey. Say he cheated on me. And you're going to lose everything. And you're going to lose your good name. Because the thing is, it will take you years to build a good name. But it takes 1 second for you to mess up your good name. And I was listening to a couple of other YouTubers. They was like, oh, he made a mistake. Oh, forgiveness. That ain't no mistake. Cheating is not a mistake. Cheating is intentional. Mistake is your ding-a-ling fell out your pants, rolled, crawled up on the lady's leg, and jumped in her kitty cat. That's a mistake. No, no, no. You vetted this woman. You talked to her. You text her. You was doing all this stuff. You met her at the hotel. You put your ding-a-ling in her kitty cat. That is not a mistake. That is intentional. And I'm glad they fired him. I'm glad Dave fired him. I just hate that you took so long. And Dave now, he's going to risk this lawsuit because you didn't fire Chris when you found out about his cheating. Talk about restoration. Restoration, my behind. There is a cost. Sin is going to cost you. Sin is costly. He has lost everything. And I hope he has some money. I hope all that stuff he was cheating, that he really had it. Because all his income sources that has to do with Dave Ramsey has been snatched away from him. Probably got a severance package. Dave Ramsey has cleaned his YouTube, or everything is gone. It's gone. Of course, the black people want to cry racism. So my question is, how much is that whole cost, sir? If you knew you could lose your family, lose your job, lose all your income, and mess up your good name, would you have still put your ding-a-ling in her kitty cat? But that's what y'all don't do. You don't weigh the cost. You don't weigh it. The devil is speaking in your head and make you think you're not going to get caught. But you got to wait. It's just like you ladies marrying these bums, marrying these Dusties, Pookie, Ray Rays, and Tyrones. You're not weighing the cost. And about 3 months after you get married, you're going to start crying. And you know what I say, girl, I got to go take my sleep. I don't want to hear. And I got to go on that. Let me know what you think. How much is it worth, y'all? Huh? How much is it worth? How much is that ding-a-ling worth to you? That's not yours, that you ain't got no paperwork on. Brothers, husbands, how much is that kitty cat worth to you? How much is it worth? Because you will possibly lose everything and your good name because you can't control your ding-a-ling. Your ding-a-ling leads you. Your ding-a-ling leads you. When you don't have control over your ding-a-ling, it leads. It's the same thing as gluttony. You don't have control over your belly. Granted, I'm 15 pounds. My doctor wanted me to lose 15 pounds. So how much is it worth? Have you counted the cost? Adultery is not a mistake. That is intentional. I have to go, girl. I love you, boo. I love you. I love you. I love you. Be sure to subscribe to my books out. I need reviews. Please be sure to check out my Patreon. Show me love and support on a monthly basis. Mwah, mwah. Bye.